There we go. Okay. I feel as if I'm way back here because I've had to move it. So, uh, so let's meet at the top of your mat and let's get ourselves a bit comfortable. Sorry, I've moved that thing, so fab. So we're going to start our practice tonight in mountain pose. So traditionally in mountain pose, we would have our feet together, our toes touching, but sometimes this can be a bit uncomfortable and you may want to give yourself a bit of space. That's okay. So if you bring either your two big toes together or some space, we're going to lift up our kneecaps, pulling in our glute muscles, pulling in our core, pushing down our hands into the ground, bringing our chin to chest, and just for a couple of moments, you just close over your eyes. I want you to take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Another big deep inhale through your nose, filling up your belly, your chest, and exhale, sighing away. This practice today is going to celebrate the Chinese traditional medicine, which this season we're moving into is all about the element of wood. And you would think wood would be a winter season because it's all about strength and hardship, but actually it's a symbol for spring. And as we're moving into spring for the next week or so, we're going to look at how we can be strong and stable, but also flexible and be able to move with the winds. The Chinese medicine think this time of the year is all about the liver and how we can get the liver to wake up and become renewed and renew the body and shed away all the things we've held throughout winter. So over the next week, I would like you to think about what are we consuming, because our liver helps cleanse our body. It's a natural detoxing system. We don't have to be on detoxes and all of this stuff that we've all tried before. We basically just need to cleanse our liver by eating and drinking properly, but also not just what we consume through our body, but what are you consuming externally? Who are you spending time with? What are you watching? Can you cleanse any of that away over the next week or so as we move into spring? So I want you to take another deep inhale through the nose, filling up the belly and the chest, and exhale. Feel the chest go down, the belly. Another deep inhale through the nose and sighing away. So within this mountain pose, if you take your attention to your feet, where are your toes? Are they lifted up off the ground? If they are, try and place them down, especially the two big toes. They're here for stability. Again, bringing up the kneecaps, engaging the glutes, and pulling in the core. Pressing down through the hands, pushing down towards the earth, and pinning the crown up into the horizon, looking out towards the horizon now. And your next inhale is to raise the hands all the way up, bringing them to touch, and then let them float back down, all the way down, grasping behind the back and pushing down towards your bum. Now, if you can't push down, can't bring the hands together, just bring your hands as close as you can and keep them pushing down. Again, still in this strong mountain pose. And he'll bring the hands out to the sides, all the way up, and as they touch, allow them to float all the way back. Bring them again back down the back. Pushing away into the floor, allowing the hands to push down. The shoulders will come down naturally. And another big inhale all the way up, stretch up as high as you can. And this time bring your hands into prayer. and down into heart centre. Great. So if you just wanted to, if your feet are together, just slightly bring them apart. And as I say, we can't go into the wood season without trying to be like the tree. So we're going to go into tree pose, but don't think you have to bring your leg all the way up into your thigh. It literally has to move off the floor. So yogi's choice, putting the weight into one of your legs, feeling all the way down into the ground, and bring your other leg rising up from the front and bring it into this point in time just to your ankle. And feel that wobble. Allow the wobble to happen. Pushing your standing leg into the folded leg. And feel a bit of the strength coming up off the ground. Allowing the tree to sway in the wind. Because the oak tree can be hard and strong, but the bamboo and the willow move. And we have to be able to move to be able to be strong as well. Your next inhale, you can try and bring your foot up onto your calf and allow it to push in towards the foot, the standing foot. But if not, just keep it here. And allow the strength again to hold you up. Make sure the glutes are tight and the core's tight. Breathe in here. Allowing the breath to follow all the way down into your body. You don't have to change it, you just need to allow it to fill your body. If you are being brave, you can raise your hands up to the sky and allow the height to come as well. But again, if you're comfortable with your hands just at the heart centre, it's your practice, your choice. Couple more breaths here. Again, allow the wobbles to happen. And then in your next inhale, allow your foot to come back onto the floor. Give it a little shake. Before we transition to the opposite foot. Again, pushing it all the way down, allowing the weight to come down into the standing leg. Before we raise the pointing leg and bring that in to the ankle first. Making sure that everything's still engaged, the glutes are engaged and the core's engaged. You're not just standing here. You're challenging the balance. You're challenging your one standing leg to take all the weight. But don't collapse into the leg, allow that leg to be strong. Make sure the kneecap's uplifted. And if you're feeling brave, you can bring your leg up. Keep it here, and you can bring it all the way up if you wish. Whatever way you want. It's your choice, it's your practice. A lot of times we allow the ego to come into play, and rather than finding the strength, we try to find the pose. The pose is really just a shape. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhales through the nose. Again, if you want to raise your arms to the sky, or keep them here, whatever your choice is. Now keep inhales, filling the body, allow the breath to breathe in and out. And then your exhale, bringing down your leg into standing. You may want to give your ankles a little wiggle there, because putting all the pressure down through one leg can be a bit spicy. So we're going to move into a warrior two pose. So from here, if you're at the top of your mat, your front leg will be bent, facing the top of the mat. Your back leg is grounded and planted, sitting at a 45-degree angle towards again, your toes not quite to the top of your mat, into the middle, and your hips are facing the length side of your mat. So keeping your hips as far away as you can. And make sure that these feet are on a train track, they're not sitting back to front, they've actually got some space in them. And from here, making sure your knee is pointing towards that outside pinky toe, and we're not pushing it away too far over the feet. Inhale, arms up into centre. And then as we exhale, we move the head down through the middle finger, making sure that the shoulders are down and back. Breathe in here. Try to keep your hips as much as you can square to the length of the mat, not to the front. Inhale and exhale. Make sure this back arm is actually pushing back the way and it's not floating forward. The power is pulling the strength back. In the next inhale, let's rise to the sky. Hands going straight up, back hand floating down the back towards the knee. Pushing the hand all the way up to the sky. Exhale, and comes to the floor. Side angle across. Bicep is at the ear. Try not bring the hand too far forward. Inhale into the sky. Push it away. Exhale. Side angle. Again, make sure this top arm is pushing away. You're feeling the stretch in the side. Inhale to the sky. And exhale. Side angle. From here, let's go back into warrior two. Bringing our hands back onto our hips, turning at the back heel, and then bring that back heel back up to the front of the mat. And we'll do our first forward fold. So inhale all the way to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Make sure you're bending the knees and allowing the head to come down. So hold in here. Inhale to flat back, pushing the legs back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way to the sky. Bring your hands back to heart centre. So this time we're going to go back, step back with the opposite leg from what you were on. Top of the mat. So you let it go again. Front knees bent towards the front toe. Back leg is 45-degree angle and hips are round to the side. Make sure the hips again are trying as much as you can, but on the length of the mat, allowing the hips to turn. Exhale, hands to the T. Inhale, turning the neck, pushing away. And then make sure that these arms are pushing away, allowing the stretch in the back and in the neck. Holding it here. Inhale, hands to the sky, stretch it all the way up. Exhale, forearm to thigh, side angle bend. Again, push the hand all the way forward. Make sure this knee isn't collapsing in the way. Push it out. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, side angle. Allow the stretch along the side. Inhale. Pushing away. Exhale, side angle bend. Last one, inhale to sky. Exhale, side bend. Let's bring ourselves back up, hands to the hips, turning on the back toes. Exhale to the top of the mat. And forward fold. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hands towards the ground if you can. Knees are bent. And head is down. Inhale, flat back, push the shins back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way to the sky. Bringing the hands back to heart centre. So this time, if you bring your feet towards the length of the mat, so in the middle of the mat, we're going to go into a little bit of yogi squats, our favourites. But for spring, it's about strengthening the legs, and that then helps move things through the liver. So making sure our toes are pointed slightly out the way, don't keep them straight, because this puts a lot of pressure on the knees. So have your knees pointing out, feet point out the way. We bring our hands to heart centre, and then we slowly move down. So make sure the knees are pushing out towards your toes, and push yourself down as far as you can by keeping the back up as straight as you can. But here, if you can, bring your elbows in towards your knees and push it out. And allow your bottom to come down. If this is too tense, just bring it back up. You don't need to go all the way down. Or if you've got a block, you can bring a block, and you can put a block on your bum and give you a bit of support that way as well. So you're looking up and chest is up. Knees are pointing out the way. Bum is going towards the floor. And you're breathing here. Again, try not to do this with your shoulders. As I catch myself doing it, push it through, bring the shoulders back. Inhale, make sure that we're breathing, and exhale. You don't have to change the breath, you just need to make sure that it's flowing and allowing the breath to move through the body. Doing our 3 deep breaths here. So inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. And last one here. Inhale and exhale. So if you can plant your hands on the ground, and we're going to straighten the legs with the hands on the ground. So as we inhale, we're going to push our bottom back up to the sky and allow the head to come all the way down. Now, if you can't get the legs straight, don't worry about it. If it's in a bend, it's okay. But try and push the legs as straight as you can. And the crown of the head is falling towards the ground. We're allowing all the rubbish of today just to fall away. Keep breathing here. Try and work towards moving the legs out straight. So every time you exhale, you can maybe push a bit further, but if not, don't worry about it. And the next exhale, we're going to move back into the squat, slowly by bringing our knees back down, bringing the elbows into our knees, and bringing our hands to heart centre. Then we're going to hold it here. A couple of breaths. Keeping ourselves as upright as we can. And then the next inhale, hands to the floor. And exhale, bum to the sky. Allowing the head to float down towards the floor. And here you should be feeling the stretch in the glutes and the hamstrings. If you're feeling any tension in the neck, just tuck your chin in just that little bit more towards the chest. Shouldn't be any tension in the neck here. And then in the next exhale, we're going to move back towards the squat. So exhale, knees come down, hands come up, bring them back to heart centre. And holding here. Allowing all the energy to move through the body, waking up the liver, and giving it a big squeeze. And then last time, hands to the floor, exhale all the way up. Allowing the body to tilt forward. Then let's bring the feet in towards each other, slowly bringing them in. We'll take a hold of both elbows. Again, allowing everything to fall forward. And take a couple of rolls here, side to side. Very gently. No pressure. Just giving a little bit of slide. And then very slowly rebuilding your spine back up to standing. Head's the last thing to come up. Last one up wins. So let's bring ourselves back into our pose we started with, the very strong mountain pose. This pose, if you were just looking at you, it was as if you were standing doing nothing, but you're actually bringing so much power up through your body. So again, engaging the knees, engaging the glutes, pulling in the core, allowing these shoulders to fall down, pushing away from the ears. And again, let's just close our eyes down. And let's see if we can feel any different in our body than we did when before we started. Is it even a wee bit more shakier than it was? Is it settled? Are you thinking, my legs are killing me, why did you do that? But what we have to do is really learn to build the strength from the bottom all the way up. So if you think of the trees, the strength is in the roots. And the stronger the root system they have, the better chance they are against the elements. And the wood element is about strength and flexibility. And the more that we can be strong in ourselves, but also try to give ourselves a bit of flexibility in life, maybe go a wee bit more with the flow, rather than being stringent and strict in everything that we do. And your next inhale, let's raise our hands all the way to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And just hold it here a wee minute. Allow the body to just catch up with the rest of the body. Inhale, bringing it all the way up, slowly back to sky. Bring the hands down through heart centre. And give ourselves thanks for actually turning up here today for this very short and powerful practice. Thank you very much for being here for me. Namaste, ladies. Thank you very much.
Namaste, Susan. Thank you so much. Namaste, ladies.